just want to give you an extremely warm welcome to our Patient Day on behalf of the charity. I just say we're very thrilled that we can host these events that tell you more about the world of sarcoidosis. Now, I'm going to hand over to Graham and Dawn to tell you a little bit more about what's going on in terms of the things that the charity's involved in.
Thank you, Sue. It's good to see so many people online today already, and I know many more will watch our speakers in the next few weeks on YouTube. We aim to get them posted sometime next week with transcripts as well, so you can dip it in and out as you feel. So today we're welcoming a great set of speakers from all over the country, covering a range of subjects including sarcoidosis of the eye, neurosarcoidosis, the impact of fatigue, which affects so many patients, and finally, we'll take a look at what's happening in the latest medical trials. After each presentation, there will be a question and answer session. If we don't get time to answer all questions, please keep an eye on our social media pages and we will post some more answers there in due course. We'll take a short break at 11:15 and I promise we'll finish in time for a late lunch. Now, as you know, April is Sarcoidosis Awareness Month, and we have committed to add all fundraising and donations received this month towards this research. We've had a great response so far, so a massive thank you to everyone who has been so generous. So to start the day, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Dawn Farrar. Dawn is one of our trustees and joined the charity towards the end of 2023 after a successful career in medical research, where her final role was as Director of Research and Advocacy at Leukemia UK. She's been central to our research strategy and the introduction of the SarcoidosisUK Research Innovation Award programme that was announced a couple of weeks ago. I won't take any more of her limited time slot. Dawn, tell us more.
Thank you very much, Graham. I'm also delighted to have the opportunity to share with you our ambitions, charity's ambitions, plans for a role for Sarcoidosis UK in research. First of all, we start off with the why. No surprises to anybody on this webinar that it's a complex disease, no quick fix, no easy answers. Lots of patients suffer with different types of disease, difficult to diagnose through the whole range up to treatment. So no quick fix. Despite lots of years and advances over the last decades into understanding the disease, it still remains poorly understood. We have huge gaps in the knowledge about sarcoidosis. So we need new discoveries. If we're to drive forward progress, if we're to make advances in treatment and so on, we need new discoveries. So the role for Sarcoidosis UK in research, well, we already offer really good patient support, information and awareness. And we asked the patients, we sent out some surveys. There have been 2 surveys in the past. We're lucky to have a medical and scientific advisory panel who we can seek opinions from. We listen on the AGMs, the previous AGM, we listen through support groups, we listen on Facebook and numerous other ways. And it was very obvious to us that everybody felt that research was important for the charity to be involved in, and we needed a role. Our vision is a future where no one suffers with sarcoidosis. Obviously, the words cure spring to mind. We'd like that, but we know that that's going to be very difficult with a complex disease. But we definitely need to drive forward progress in order to make differences and life-changing treatments and so on for patients. And we truly believe that research holds the key for that. I said it's poorly understood. There's gaps in our knowledge. You could liken it to a jigsaw puzzle as per the image on here. Lots of gaps, lots of missing pieces. And we need to find those pieces. We need to fill the gaps. And for that, we think research has the potential to do that task for us. But just a reminder, it costs quite a lot of money. Research isn't cheap, and it also takes time. So there is no quick, easy answer. Just to share with you our research strategy. Hang on, I'm so sorry, my slides have just gone strange. So we developed our research strategy. We looked at all aspects of everything and have developed our research strategy for the next 3 years. In effect, it's our roadmap. It's how do we guide our way through the processes. We looked at why, how, and what we needed to do. There's many aspects of research. So we intend to support all research. We want to collaborate with others. So if somebody's doing some research project, they need access to patient to answer questions and so on. We're very supportive of that. We do that currently. We also want to encourage patients to be part of research, and in that I'm thinking more clinical trials. So we currently have clinical trials web pages, and we would encourage patients to take part if they're able, and if they're interested in taking part, we want to encourage that. But one aspect that we haven't done recently, and we have been involved in funding research before as part of a joint funding with another charity. New to us is a standalone investment in research funding, and we're really excited about this going forward. In terms of our research strategy, that can be viewed on our website, so please read it. It is for 3 years, but each year we will review it to make sure that we're still on course for delivering what we want. So, as I said, we're really excited about our new standalone research funding, and this is called the SarcoidosisUK Research Innovation Award. It can be described as seed funding, pump priming funding. The idea is that somebody comes to us with a really good idea at the very earliest stages, and we want to fund and nurture that idea. We're offering a maximum of £60,000 for these new ideas. The proviso is it has to be a new project. It can be a new project that somebody wants to develop a little bit further, but in all intents and purposes, it's a new project. It will be for a maximum of 18 months, so quite a short project. I said there's lots of gaps in our information. Indeed, there is. When we set our research topics and our research strategy, it was clear that we needed to be very broad with our scope. So lots of different projects trying to address lots of different topics. So for those of you that are interested in how the funding process works, we have something called an open call. It's competitive. We advertise that we are accepting applications. We fully expect, or we hope, that we will get lots and lots of applications, and there is every chance that we won't be able to fund all of them. So that's the competitive basis of it. It will be open for applications from tomorrow, I understand, and close on the 30th of June. So everybody has a couple of months to prepare their applications. We're very grateful to our medical and scientific advisory panel who have agreed to be part of an expert review panel. We will use international external experts also to review some of the applications, and we will include lay members, 2 lay members on our panel. That's to ensure that we have the patient voice. They will assess all of the applications over a period of time. They'll be looking at the quality of the applications, the design, whether they are feasible, whether they can be delivered. Is the question that's being asked, is it answerable within that time frame? And very importantly, what will be the impact for patients? That may be after an 18-month project, that may not be automatic that we could see the potential impact for patient, but they must be able to demonstrate a long-term impact. And in October, we will have a decision meeting where the panel will decide and recommend awards for funding to the trustees. And we will award only to the very best. So in summary, we are very ambitious. I mentioned our vision of a future where nobody suffers with sarcoidosis. I also mentioned the words cure. The charity, the trustees, the staff team, we are extremely ambitious to make a difference to sarcoidosis patients. And we will invest in the very best projects and research. As I've said, it was seed funding. So we're looking at these really sparks of ideas, and we want to fund, invest, support, and nurture those ideas so that eventually in the future they will make a difference. We're looking for those new discoveries right through from understanding the disease, causes, right through the whole way until new treatments. And just to say that ambition, we see this just as the very start. We want to do so much more, and we are really grateful to supporters and fundraisers that we have a pot of money that we can actually invest at the moment, but we want to do so much more. So to find out more, please visit our web pages, our research web pages. So there's the strategy, our processes and so on, everything can be found there. If you're a researcher and you've got a really good idea for a project that you haven't been able to explore before, then please consider applying for funding. If you want to hear more about what we're going to do in the future and what we're doing with research, then please get in touch with us and join our research contact list. And if you have any questions, please get in touch with us. We're very happy to answer any of your questions, and we have a dedicated email address, research@SarcoidosisUK.org. So I hope that's been interesting, and thank you very much for listening, and I will pass back over to Graham.
Thank you, Dawn. I think you said the very word for all of us here. It really is an exciting time. And I think if you have the chance to stay right through today's patient day, our last speaker today is going to look at the state of research today in the UK, and particularly what's happening with medical trials and the success that's taking place already before we even start our programme here. So yeah, I've said it again, it's an exciting time.